New World Order, a secret society of world leaders is working together to control the global economy and government. In the shadows of global politics and economics, a clandestine network of influential figures purportedly wields unparalleled power, shaping the course of nations and economies to serve their own interests. This secretive group, often referred to as the New World Order, operates behind closed doors, orchestrating events on a global scale while maintaining a facade of democracy and sovereignty. Central to the conspiracy theory is the notion that a select group of world leaders, billionaires, and influential individuals from various sectors, including finance, technology, and media, collaborate to consolidate power and control over the global population. Critics argue that these elites manipulate governments, international organizations, and financial institutions to further their agenda of dominance and profit. Key to understanding the New World Order conspiracy is the concept of globalization. Proponents contend that the push for economic integration and free trade agreements serves as a smokescreen for deeper, more sinister intentions. They argue that multinational corporations, controlled by these shadowy figures, exploit globalization to undermine national sovereignty and impose their will on populations worldwide. The influence of these elites extends into every facet of society, from politics to media to education. Skeptics point to the revolving door between government positions and corporate boardrooms, where former officials and executives seamlessly transition between roles of power and influence. This revolving door, they argue, perpetuates a system of cronyism and ensures that policies are crafted to benefit the few at the expense of the many. The financial system also comes under scrutiny in the New World Order narrative. Critics highlight the consolidation of wealth among a small elite, facilitated by policies that prioritize corporate interests over the welfare of ordinary citizens. They argue that financial crises and economic downturns are not mere accidents but deliberate maneuvers orchestrated to consolidate power and wealth in the hands of a select few. Media manipulation is another cornerstone of the conspiracy theory. Proponents argue that mainstream media outlets, owned and controlled by these elites, shape public opinion and perpetuate narratives that support the agenda of the New World Order. Critical voices and alternative perspectives are often marginalized or silenced, reinforcing a narrow worldview that aligns with the interests of the ruling class. The concept of global governance is also central to the New World Order conspiracy. Critics point to initiatives, such as the United Nations and regional blocs like the European Union as stepping stones toward a centralized system of control. They argue that these organizations, ostensibly created to promote peace and cooperation, serve as vehicles for implementing policies that erode national sovereignty and pave the way for a one-world government. Historical events are reinterpreted through the lens of the New World Order conspiracy, revealing patterns of manipulation and deception. Proponents cite examples such as false flag operations, where governments orchestrate crises or attacks to justify military interventions or tighten domestic surveillance. These operations, they argue, are used to further the agenda of the ruling elite and expand their sphere of influence. The resilience of the New World Order conspiracy theory lies in its ability to tap into legitimate concerns about power, inequality, and the erosion of democratic principles. It challenges us to question the narratives presented by mainstream institutions and to critically examine the forces that shape our world. As we navigate an increasingly interconnected global landscape, the quest for transparency and accountability becomes more urgent than ever. Until we confront the hidden hand behind world affairs, the specter of the New World Order will continue to provoke debate and fuel skepticism about the true nature of global governance.